Hello guys, welcome to our channel, and today I am going to talk about the new normalization of these Asian videos, which I have been seeing a lot and I also laughed a lot. But recently, not recently, like for a few months now, I have come into a line of thought that these videos are actually not good for our mental well-being, because I have, like, you know what I am talking about these Asian videos, like when you get an F, Asian parents, when you get an F, Asian parents, when you learn piano and all that blah blah thing. Now I hope you get the context of which channels I am talking about or targeting about. I am not saying that these channels are bad at all. These channels are actually good, and I also like that videos. But there is something which I want to talk about, is that the normalization which they have begun with these things. And now some people would argue with me that, brother, this is not normalization, this is the fact. So people are liking it, it means it's normal there. But let me talk about the new normal thing. When a person goes through, let's say, a lot of difficult times, suppose he was born in a difficult conditions and he then had to face many challenges to overcome that difficult condition. Okay, so for him, when he overcame that difficult conditions, it would be a good life for him. And those normal conditions would be a, like, those hard conditions would be a normal life, because his body and his brain has adapted to it. So let's talk about this now. Let's suppose there is another person B who is having a normal good life. He is having a good life, but to him it would be normal because he's used to it, his brain and body has adapted to it. And I'm not talking about the adaptive capabilities of the body, but let's talk about its harmful effects. Like, for example, there are a few workers who are working in a harsh conditions where they are constantly risking their lives by working there. So it would be bad for them if you look from outside, but it would be normal for them because they have already seen many workers losing their lives upon this. So they know, we have to be careful, and if we die, we die. Like, no one has this type of mentality, but they are used to it, right? So now let's talk about some another group of workers B who are working in a safe working conditions, and they are used to it. So that is good, but that would be normal for them because it's basically a human right for an individual to work in a safe condition and work happily and willingly, right? And he is not used to seeing workers lose their life constantly. Let's talk about this oil drill, like ocean soil drills. Yeah, workers lose their life a lot there. So yeah, that is what I am talking about, right? Now the thing with these Asian stereotypical channels is that they are normalizing the way of life Asians live. As myself, I am an Asian Indian. Like, I am Indian, so I am an Asian actually. But I am talking about that beating up children harshly, right? Demeaning them, insulting them, and then what belittling their ideas or values and aspiration. It is a normal thing which lot of Asians face, right, in Asia, and mostly China and India. And I don't know about other, but the videos which I have seen, and Vietnam, I don't know. Let's talk about whole as Asia. I don't know about Russia actually, so exclude that, right? So yeah. Now this is normal way that we as a humans live here. So that is why these channels which make this type of stereotypical videos get actually a lot of views, right? So the thing is, why am I saying right, I don't know, but yeah, they get lot of views. So now let's talk about that. So when suppose a young, like, maybe not young but an no, not also adolescent, but let's talk about a child who is 9 to 10 years old. who is living like this in a condition like this, right? So again I said right, lol. So when he would see this type of videos, he would find that many people are living like this, and it would be a normal for him to not live up to their values, up to their aspirations, or up to their dreams. And then I don't know why, if I'm not saying right, I'm not able to form my words correctly. So yeah. So when the child sees that this thing is normal, he would stop fighting, not fighting, but maybe objecting the views of their guardians or parents, like, no, let me be what I want to be, or I don't like the words which you are saying, or the way you are belittling me. Yes, because you see, there are many higher suicide rates in Asian countries. Yeah, population is also there, but suicide rates are there, right? So that's the case. When a young child sees this, what he will form is, he will form a that sort of a complex in his brain that no, it is a normal living conditions which people should live in, and this is how life works for me, and this is my life. But you have to object to get something you want to be, right? That is why we have revolutions everywhere, like maybe let it be France, Poland, India, China, and everything. There is a revolution, there is a new phase of life which, like, which people get tired of living by the rules of the current administrative system. So I'm not saying that you go for a revolution for children or actually, but what I'm trying to say here is that this type of things are funny, but these things getting normalized is bad, right? So all I would want to say is that you should watch videos or not, that's not my, like, I cannot put my views on that. It's people views, and people have different set of values, and what do we say, values and aspirations. So I'm no one to say it here that you should watch or not watch this type of videos, but I would like to put emphasis on this thing that these things should be not normalized. A child should have a proper guidance from their parents, and not that they should have to be forced to be something that which they do not want to be. Yes, I want to say that actually. And it's not a good thing to demean a child with the small things like staying saying all the time that you're stupid, you're not worth it, like when I was small I could do this, all this blah blah. Yeah, because the way it affects the brain of the child is that right now, and still scientists also say that our subconscious brain does not differentiate between reality and friction, sorry, fiction, lol, fiction, huh? So, and a child, he also must have, like, he has not yet developed his brain to fullest extent. So what he would not be also able to differentiate between these fictional things and reality. A child, I am not saying that every time a child is right, parents are of course right, like not all the time, but I don't think that they would want their child to suffer actually. So that's it, I would like to say that only. And I would like that this stereotype should not exist, because somewhere or other it affects the human being as a whole. Because suppose if a child who does not want to be something but he's forced to do that particular thing and have a certain profession and job, or maybe anything in regarding to that in future, he will always be rude, and he will always grumble, and he would always be like agitated with this thing that why did I do this, I did not even want to do this thing and that thing. And it affects the mental well-being of an healthy individual. So I think that this should not be normalized. Again, I would like to put this disclaimer at the end, I forgot to put this in front, like put this in start again, that this is totally my views, my expressions, and my point of view. You could have a different values and expressions and different point of view. You can comment them, and maybe if you want to oppose them, you can tell me in the comments. If you think that my point of view is correct or you agree with me, you can tell me in the comments. And that's it guys, thank you for watching. Bye bye.